Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'd like to show you how to get around rushing in a piece. And what better piece than the Pachelbel Canon, because it changes lengths of notes throughout. And sometimes it's, for example, eighth notes to the quarter tick, and sometimes it's triplets, sometimes it's 4/16. And it's very easy when the melody is a long note over those underneath notes to want to rush ahead to the next melody note. So what I've found helps, besides just practicing with the metronome, is feeling that your whole body is full of beans, maybe, or potatoes or something, a sack of potatoes. And when you can sway to that tick and complete the feeling of the movement of what's inside of you to one side or to the other, it helps, because then you don't rush to the next notes, because you know this has to be part of being in the groove of the music. You want to be able to feel that metronome pulse. And there was a chap talking about how to get to sleep, and he was referring to the metronome, because he plays the drums, and he's had the people clap, like if he was doing one stick this way, another stick this on his drum, he had them do it on their lap. So tick, tick, tick. So if the metronome was going for a quarter note, then, and there are eighths in between there, then it's tick. So each of those quarter sways is a feeling of those body parts, those cells that are in your body that are free to move, going from that tick to that, the drum stick, the drum beat. Da, 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 da. And if you let the melody rush ahead, right away you'll know that you didn't give your body time in its inner being to fully have momentum in that direction to where the other stick of the drum is going. Dum, ba, dum, ba, yum, ba, dum, ba. So that's an internal feeling that you can feel while you're listening to the metronome and while you're playing to the beat. And hopefully it'll keep you on track. So I'm going to try some of the piece. Now there's places where it says poco meno mosso, so there's less motion, so I have to slow the metronome down. But I'm trying to get a consistent quarter beat that doesn't rush. So we'll give it a try anyway. It's going to be fairly heavy because I'm just thinking of the beat right now. I'm not thinking of performing it as such. If I was going to play it as a piece, it's more. But if I want this, sway, 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 and I'm thinking inside my body. is where it changes to poco meno mosso. So I slow the metronome down maybe 3 ticks so that it doesn't sound cramped, because it has 16ths there in the left, and that's the first time. Well, it did have 16ths further back, but this is the first major stretch with them that we have here. So let's see if it's slow enough. Sorry, that's not slow enough. That's a tricky bar, and then it changes to triplets in the left right after that. So it's now we're into triplets, but it says at tempo 1, so it's back to the other speed. So it has to pick up again then, because the beginning, if it was, and this is, so I'm going a little too fast because I got to feel inside of me how it's going. Now it's 16. Is hard when you're forced to keep to the tick, but and the tendency is to stop thinking about that inner body thing and just start listening, and then you lose the feel of being in the groove. So that I'll do those last 3 lines again, hopefully a little bit more with the tick. It should really be 1 step slower than that. It says grandiose, so you're going to spread it even more than that. So you'd be slowing that down a bit. So I hope that gives you some ideas as to how to pull a piece together. When I'm practicing it without the metronome and just doing it, trying to feel the inner pulse inside of me, like I've swallowed a metronome, and it's the momentum of the trillions of body cells that are moving in that direction and then moving in that direction, and I have to feel that. So like, I can feel myself getting away from that inner feeling inside of me. I got to pull it back to the beat, like. I don't have my glasses on. So it's slower. So, and you can even ease up as you come up, even ease up more. So, I better see what I'm doing here. That's better. That second last bar, it's allargando, and then spread through that, spreading even more, and then molto, and spreading in the last quarter. So you'd even do more. Like that. Anyway, it's going to be fun once I can do the whole thing for memory, because then I can really get to feeling in the groove with my whole body for each quarter throughout the piece. And then it becomes my own, because the notes will already be in my hands from my slow, heavy, high lift practice. And then I can voice it and listen to the color. For example, the piece starts piano, so it's soft. So I'm going to flop right through to the floor, but gently. It's like gravity's pulling down, but I pull back up as I fall. And I just take that. But you see, if I can feel that body sway, I'm content with the piece. I'm not sort of panicking ahead if I can feel my body doing it. Because if I don't, I'm thinking the next note all the time. I'm not in the groove anymore. So I have a friend who plays the guitar, and he said that's the expression that's used, in the groove. And when you feel that, everybody feels it that's listening along with you, and they want to sway to it. And if you're playing the drums, you're tapping to it, or if you're clapping to the music, you're just feeling the beat with your whole body. So now it's soft, but I want the soprano, but I don't want to hit it. I don't want to go down fast. I want to go down gently. So see, I just capture the sound that I want. The tendency there when this melody comes here is to think, I got to get to that, but I've got to feel the groove to the third note of the left. So I hope that gives you some ideas as how to practice it. It's a fun piece to learn. It's a beautiful piece, and it's used in weddings, that kind of thing. And I think you'll really enjoy it. Have a good night. Bye-bye.